Topics of the trenches, kicking those and jumping fences. Topics of the trenches, kicking those and jumping fences. Topics of the trenches, kicking those and jumping fences. Counting those, pushing hoes, and fucking niggas bitches. Topics of the trenches, kicking those and jumping fences. Topics of the trenches, kicking those and jumping fences. Topics of the trenches, kicking those and jumping fences. Counting those, pushing hoes, and fucking niggas bitches. Boy, I come up from the north side, we grew up here. Fat boy Fresh, we checking in, man.
Natyra.
Background be love.
300.
Just Jazz.
Can we get the live one time?
Just Jazz.
Oh, that's crazy.
Asshole.
Y'all can hear it? So today, we're going to be shouting out to the HBCUs today.
Wait.
We're going to get right into it.
Can we get right into it? You say, did y'all go to HBCU? So then shut up. What is he talking about then?
We're going to talk about the culture of the
sororities.
Already.
Shout out the sororities in today. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the sororities. Let's get into it. Can y'all please reintroduce yourself? I'm sorry. What's your name again?
Essence. My name is Natyra.
Okay, so nice to meet y'all. So again, because they didn't want me to ask before, where did y'all go to school at? Like, where did y'all play at? Let's start off, what made y'all want to play?
Okay, you want us to answer all questions?
Yeah,
Whatever order makes sense.
Okay, first let's talk about
Okay, wait, let me ask this question first. Are y'all line sisters?
Yes, we are line.
Okay,
She is the ace.
Oh, so you the ace?
She the ace and
She
I'm
the third.
five.
I thought you
I'm
said
the
you
live
10. I'm
five.
like, you got your ass beat.
No, I'm the live five.
Alpha Kappa Alpha
boy.
is an organization.
A lot of people don't know what they mean, though. Tell them what the numbers mean.
I don't know what it means. I'm not a fucking fraternity member.
She'll place
The ace is a first motherfucker. Let me
So-
explain this.
So it was a lot of questions and stuff. And
Exactly. Let's go one at a time.
We got time. We'll get to all of it. Don't worry.
But just to answer your question,
I'm
we are
busy.
a part of right. It's a lot. We are members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. We came through in fall of 2019. We are line sisters, so that means on our line when we came through the sorority, it was 6 of us. And I was number 1 because I'm the shortest. Actually, it's basically based on my height. But you can go by different things. It just depends on that chapter, that organization. It just depends. It's
It was
personal.
just easier
It's
for
just
us to
easier
go
for
by the height.
I know when I was at Clark, right, we started doing that shit. They was like lined up, right? Shit, you know what I'm saying? So they're supposed to go by height. And then I forgot what it was, but they lined us up different.
Was you the shortest one?
Nah, it really wasn't. It was like 2 or 3 niggas. Like I was like the 3rd or the 4th.
You
No, I wanted to be the trade, but I was the 4th nigga. I was like, I don't want to be that. And then
Because you was number 4. You didn't want to be
I didn't want to be. I wanted to be the trade, man. Because the trade on the line before me, like that was my dog. So I'm like, all right, cool. So let me start. I used to do that shit like a white water or whatever. I had a grade. Got the Clark. Shit was cool. Them niggas at Clark was bitches. So it was different. Like a couple of them niggas was cool. So I'm gonna tell you why. And I want y'all opinion on it. Obviously, y'all cross. Y'all did the Bernie Sanders, right? So up here, up north, I ain't gonna say no. I understand. I got you. I ain't saying it like that. What I'm saying is you crossed over into the Alpha Kappa Alpha land, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. So up here, I feel like the culture is more like
Different.
real shit. Like the people up here real. They got, the vibe, like how everybody is up here on a different type of time. Down there, it's like a lifestyle. I feel like
It's in people's blood.
it's in their
it's a little
blood.
different. It's
They
the
even
identity.
past that.
I can
It
see
can
that.
be like the identity. Like
Mhm.
I feel like the niggas who was trying to be cute or who was accused on Clark's campus, there was like a whole bunch of lame niggas who didn't have shit going.
And they just
Then
wanted
they
to say
got their
something.
letters,
And they are.
and they thought they was
Cues
the
be
niggas.
freaky
I'm like,
Well,
I get bitches before
can
this. I
I-
don't need this to
can
get
I
bitches.
comment on that?
Go ahead.
So I think too with that one is that people join these fraternities and sororities
For their own
without
reasons.
knowing themselves,
Facts.
and then they make the fraternity or sorority their personality. So it becomes like their personality
Right.
trait.
That's what it was.
Whereas like with me, like you can't even tell that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. At
yeah.
all.
See,
had
and
no
I know-
idea.
I know you-
Yeah,
so
I
yeah,
had
you
no
ain't know.
idea. at
So-
all.
That's because Jazz don't pay attention. That's all.
Sweetie,
No.
I do.
She pay attention. Don't
Stop
do
playing
her.
with me.
But see, that's what it was. It was like down there. It was like these niggas was nobodies on campus, and then when they got the letters. It's like I'm that nigga. I'm like, you're still not that nigga. You're
Facts.
just a nigga with the letters.
With the
on.
letters.
Like you're not that nigga. You're lame, bro. Nothing changed, bro.
Right.
And then it's like up here, because I went to Whitewater, and that's when I first learned about it and really got interested. I'm like, them niggas still to this day, like I call them niggas and like them my
Super
niggas.
cool.
Right.
Like,
They real
them-
cool up
They
there.
real life
Right.
friends of mine. But it's like down there, it's like I didn't get at you niggas like you niggas bitches. Like
You
who
know
I'm
what's
talking
funny
to?
about that? Like
See.
at that age range, when most people go to college, you know, you finding yourself anyway. You're trying to figure it out. And just
Facts.
imagine if you was a lame in high school
Yeah.
and you see this as a group and you need to be a part of something, like I need to be a part of something.
Right.
You get a part of it and you get girls automatically. You gotta
Exactly.
learn how to
And
dance.
that-
You a part, you can push through parties.
Yeah.
Like it makes sense to them.
And
My
then
shit
too,
was-
if you got parents that are like telling you like you gotta
Do
not
it.
necessarily telling you, but like it runs a
Encouraging.
tradition. So
Because it's definitely a status symbol in a way.
Absolutely.
Like amongst black
Absolutely.
people, you
Yeah.
get access to different things you wouldn't get access
And
to.
see, that's
if you
real
weren't
too.
part
Then
of
you got the families with it, because like you got people who family, like their parents and uncles and all that was part of the fraternities. Like it just so happens, like my people was part of gang. So
Hey,
it's
yeah,
like
exactly.
so basically, like we
So
just
basically,
came up
so
different.
basically it's like a mob, bro.
It's like
You
mine.
know what?
Yeah, it
Honestly,
definitely is.
The gentleman that was in here before, he asked that. He's like, it's like a gang. It is.
It's like a
is
gang.
commitment.
It is.
So this
Gang is
how
a commitment, all that. If you part of it, you
Right.
real like into it. It just depends how you get exposed.
and this how I feel about it. When I was down south, that shit was real as a bitch. When I came up here, I ain't really know about that shit like that. Like the streets grew us. We went in that college shit. I went because I was trying to show my mama something I could do some shit.
Right.
And then out of state, which is the motherfucker.
You
but,
went to school?
yeah, I went to FAMU. So I came
you're
back.
funny for that.
Hey, don't come at me like, hold on.
I didn't know that past high school you didn't.
You got me
I didn't
fucked
know
up.
that.
Yeah, I went to school. Now I ain't
When you was
graduated.
at Mount Mary, what was you doing?
I was at FAMU.
Swear
No,
to God.
Mount Mary is a female.
Oh, y'all
school.
definitely did go to Mount Mary.
We
Public.
met. I met him at. No, I met you
Exactly.
at my other job.
No, because
but-
He wasn't in Mount Mary when
Hold
you.
on. Mount Mary is an all female school.
Yes, I'm
So
wondering.
why you think I was
he
there?
He was pulling his ass up there. Omar was there.
You know-
yeah.
That's what she said.
Again, it was all woman school. That's why I was doing it.
So you're not wrong. But you was in school then? When you was coming to
Yeah,
Mount Mary
I was
to these
on.
dorms,
I was
seeing
on
the
break.
girls.
I was on break.
I
So I
know
was
that.
doing what I was doing.
Weirdo.
Yeah, so
Different type of nigga, man.
this what I like. Like down south, that shit was real to me. Like I was like, damn, they ain't fucking around. When I came back up here, these niggas took this shit too personal. I ain't like that shit. Like I don't lie. I used to do bullshit like shimmy sometimes, but I ain't know what the fuck I was doing. Like I'm a freshman in college. I ain't know what I'm doing. It ain't no disrespect. I mean, Chris Brown do all types of shit. Like y'all ain't say shit to Chris
And
Brown.
nobody told you.
Don't say shit to me.
Nobody told you.
Nobody told me
Or,
shit,
like,
but I had like I got some niggas up here that's campers for sure.
mhm.
They know I don't be in no disrespectful shit or no shit
Right.
like that. But they took it this shit out of proportion. Like,
Yeah.
stop doing that shit, this and that. Who the fuck y'all talking to?
Right.
Because besides these lyrics, you don't get killed. Not knowing the conversation a certain way how you handle shit. It's the same thing with gangbang.
I knew.
Certain shit you can't.
I knew them niggas at Clark had me fucked up when them niggas told me to roll around in the mud during whole call. I'm like, my mama don't tell me that. Bitch ass nigga, who you talking to?
So, like, you gotta realize when you
Never.
come from different atmospheres and environments, certain shit we just ain't doing. Like 300, he don't know shit about no fraternity shit at all.
You know what's interesting though? People, it has its allure because you don't know.
You
know,
don't
like
know.
you don't know what people went through
It's
to
the
get it.
unknown.
So it's the unknown that gives people the negative things to say and the positive things to say because you don't know. Like you want people be willing to do like anything for these letters, and you got to think about it as common sense as a person who you are. Are you gonna let somebody make you do X, Y, Z?
You see
Like,
that?
No.
are you gonna let somebody make?
But
you
you
do that?
That's
mature
what
though.
I
I
was
can
gonna
tell you
say,
a mature person.
That's what
But it's some people that are mature people that have corporate jobs that may really feel like they need to be a part of it, like something.
They got like that
still,
one
like,
insecurity
it's
that
something
it needs to be
insecure
fulfilled.
where they need to be a part of something. Like you might be still a lame in your corporate job and you need to be a part of something. It's different because for me,
Yeah.
it was for service. It was for
Facts.
service. It was for connections. I got
Yeah.
daughters. Like
Yeah, network.
this was amazing for me. I was intrigued by the fact that they were first. Like this is the model that everything followed. But everybody don't see that. When you young, especially, you see the party and you see that. Like
Facts.
that's what's cool. And that's only 1 hour, 1 to 4 hours.
Oh,
But it's real life
You,
service.
like,
Like
you don't
you
really
real life
even
do
spend
things
time on that.
all the time.
Yeah.
Like the party, I didn't get that party experience at all as an AKA.
I'll be partying. I'm paying for this shit. I'm partying.
I didn't. I did not get it.
A
And
lot of
honestly,
people
I
don't
ain't want
understand. And like, it's crazy. The Midwest really don't understand this shit. Like,
I won't say they don't understand it. I just think the culture is different up here versus other areas. Like I said, the culture here in Milwaukee or the Midwest, Wisconsin area specifically, it's more relaxed. Like it's there,
Yeah.
but it's a
It ain't that
vibe.
deep.
It's like
Mhm.
I'm sure people can come up to y'all, ask y'all, talk to y'all. It's like
Right.
it's really a vibe here. Y'all friendly. Y'all really down there in Atlanta. Like I said, at Clark, 'cause that's my experience. The Q's was bitches. Most of them niggas. There was a couple of them niggas I was cool with, especially like more so the niggas who I graduated or I got to meet. Them niggas was cool. The alphas was cool. Like Jadakiss son was one of the alphas at the time when I was down there. Like some of them niggas was
Okay.
cool as a bitch. I think the Kappas was all gay. No, the Kappas was at they was at Morehouse. They was all gay or some shit like that at Morehouse, and the Sigmas was gay or some shit. It was weird. It's Atlanta though, so you know that shit come with it. But like it was different than when it was. I'm just speaking what it was.
Speak
Like,
your experience.
it is
Speak
what
your
it
piece.
is.
Hey, you mean like for real gay?
No, them niggas was gay. Like it was a gay nigga before I left Clark. A gay nigga became a Sigma and shit. The niggas at Morehouse was fucking gay or some shit. The Kappas at Clark was suspended for like 10 years or some shit because the nigga died online.
Do y'all know about this expensive shit? Like, how do you go into that? Like,
It's certain things that
You
you
can't-
know that you are supposed to do and that you cannot do, and if you do it,
it's like a violation with a
yeah,
gang.
it's a violation for like that individual, and it could be for
Or
their
just
chapter.
like corporate America.
Yeah,
If you do something
something
wrong,
wrong, it's a-
you
Like
it's
shorty can't let, so
repercussions.
she got to get tardy on her.
Basically, if you get caught
gotta keep
whooping
that
your
scar.
people ass, you
'Cause
get
it's a-
suspended.
Right, it's a non-hazing organization, so that means hazing could be even something like,
Watch
go
these
give me
floors.
$400 worth of bundles.
And see, that's the shit that used to
You
piss
see-
me off. Because nigga,
Like,
you
that
grown, your
could
broke
be-
ass. I'm not getting you shit, bro.
Right.
We not
So
doing
you gotta
that.
pay for it with your own money.
No, I don't know what.
That's
people have to
secondhand
do.
pimping.
That
That's-
ain't, like,
that's
I don't
like
know what
pimping.
We
people have to
didn't
do.
have
That's
none
not.
of that. Like,
That wasn't
we was all
my experience.
school.
No,
That's good.
we
That
had-
sound like pimping to me.
Let's see, I believe
But
that.
there are
Like
people who do those things or have done
down
those things.
south, that's what them niggas on. Like that's what, like, bro, you niggas is bums.
Y'all know
Like
we
it's
fucked
supposed to be a brotherhood. You niggas think I'm finna go
And
get you
again,
McDonald's? Who the
It's
fuck you talking
people
to?
that are willing to do that though. For the
It
that's
is.
why it's not supposed to happen. But people can continue to make it happen because people gonna do it. Like there are some people who really think they're gonna do that for somebody, and I
They
guess
good
addicted
shit.
to trauma.
They
That's the thing.
cornballs.
Yeah,
Facts.
that's cornballs for real.
Cornballs,
That's
man.
corny. That's a
Definition
corny
of
decision.
cornball.
So what school did y'all
I
go to?
love cornballs.
I went to Concordia.
I went to
Okay.
Mount Mary
University.
too.
So our chapter was a city chapter.
Oh,
So it
Oh,
was,
that's hard.
it's Mount
Okay.
Mary,
Yeah.
Concordia, Cardinal
Yeah,
Stretch,
Carroll University.
Carroll,
Carroll College.
Carroll.
Carroll
Cornell.
College.
So what made y'all interested? Like what made y'all say I'm gonna be an AKA out of
I
all
didn't
the
know that
other
was an
sororities?
option.
You know what? Like,
Because
go
let me
ahead.
tell you something. Because they used to have the flyers down in the basement.
Oh.
Like you know how Mount Mary
That's how you know
is.
she go to school.
Exactly.
She was even sleeping or doing
Don't
You
do
know
her.
what? Like predominantly
She right.
white college.
Oh,
We
yeah.
live in Wisconsin. They all
Absolutely.
predominantly white, so they don't really
Yeah.
want you to know that. And because it's
Yeah, I had
considered a
no idea.
social club, like the schools we were at were considered like Lutheran schools.
Shout out
They
to
don't
my
want
nigga
that.
300. I just want to know this because I heard this. And correct me if I'm wrong.
It
I
will be.
heard that fraternity and sorority was started by the white man.
No.
Who told you that?
I swear to God, he said.
Well,
Why you
even
say shout out to
then-
300?
Exactly.
He said,
No, because you.
Why you
because-
told that?
Technically, Are you
Okay.
saying? Are you saying?
No, I heard it was started by like some
Are you
white
saying
people. Shit.
sororities and fraternities or African American like Black Greek sororities? Because they were like they're
No,
they're-
just sororities and fraternities. That's
Okay.
what I was
Well,
informed.
it's
I don't know if that's true or not, but I heard when I was in
Yeah.
school,
I
the
don't
white
know,
man
but all
started that
that
shit.
white
well,
man
you
started all
know
that
that's
shit.
why
And I don't
we
even
started our
That's why
own
Alpha Kappa Alpha was
organizations
started.
because we couldn't be a part of those
Right.
sororities and fraternities. So we decided to go off and do our own thing. So it's not technically like, oh, the white man gave us our stripes.
Right.
No, we took their stuff and made it better.
And honestly, like
So the
Alpha
white
Kappa
man
Alpha
started
was
it.
founded at Howard University,
I
which is a
mean,
black,
basically white
historically
man
black
started.
college university. You hear me?
It was the idea of
Alpha Kappa Alpha was founded at historically black college university, Howard University. So it was black people at a black college. So
Facts.
I
I
can't
did hear
speak for
that.
fraternities and sororities because like that's an umbrella term for you know,
Sure.
like it could be fraternities could be white guys getting together to talk about coke. Like that could be because
It
they're
is different
fraternizing.
types of shit though.
Like right, that they're fraternizing. So
Right.
what we created was for us. That's the Divine Nine is literally for us, for our people.
But how
And they were
y'all,
one generation removed from slavery.
but how y'all feel like we was talking about Shorty, the little vice president? How y'all feel about shit like that?
I personally don't. I'm not looking for nobody to make like.
But that's supposed to be
Validation.
your people's are like, let's say tomorrow, boom, I blew up.
Mhm.
I'm a billionaire and I don't
Yeah.
fuck with my niggas no more. You don't think that's some foul ass shit?
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
but
not
what
looking-
somebody else does
Right.
doesn't define you. Like
I
how
understand.
that
Define
one,
you.
but no, like I'm saying, like that one Kappa, he was in the news where he was like, you know, a part of like their treasury or something at
Yeah, I know what you're
nationals.
talking about.
Or the
Yeah.
black
And
dude?
yeah, and he was, you know, fraud, whatever. That don't define the person that I know who's
Right.
like literally all about service and all
I
that
can kind
other
of feel
stuff.
that's like on some
I
shit.
think
So-
what he's saying though is how y'all feel that she repping y'all shit and
Not
then
doing
she's
shit about it.
disappeared on the fucking world.
That's everyday. That's everyday
every day.
life.
Like everyday life. Like
You get some
you
people
could be
who
on the line with people that you don't see.
ever.
That's like
It
everything, though.
happens.
I
It
feel
happens.
like
People pay their money. They
Right.
get online. They do what they got to do, and then they
You
dip.
don't see it
Like
no more. So
Yeah.
it's just who you
it's like
are as a
everything.
person.
Right.
That don't
It
take
is
away
like
from what
everything.
I do.
Right. right,
But that's
right.
a bad image though in general.
But
It
that's
is a bad image
but,
to
but
take
my
it
thing
when
over.
it
is,
comes to that,
Over
like,
women in general, like she said she black, so that's a bad taste. And
really, that's how
she-
for you
she
as you a
shouldn't.
black man, how you feel that? I don't feel that as a
Fuck
black
that
man.
I feel like her. Fuck her. That bitch ain't did shit for her.
but that
She used
goes
the black
no.
card to get in
Like,
office and then
like,
disappear.
Let's just be
I
honest.
don't
Like,
fuck with her at
you
all.
use, you use that shit to get in office and you did. Like that's some foul
Absolutely.
ass
I think
bullshit.
all
That shit
politicians-
bad.
I don't give a fuck. You the
all
president,
politicians use it.
whoever else you is.
But
like,
that happens with all like
Types of
all
people, type
branches
shit.
of government
Right.
where people use they quote unquote
Platform.
black card, the fact that they from the hood and stuff like that to get votes and get the whatever.
And that's why we
And then
can't-
they go
Yeah, we-
and then they turn around and
That's
then
it.
they just tap
And
dance
that's why
for the
we-
white
and
man.
that's why we
And
can't-
it's
We ain't voting that bitch back in.
I
And that's why we
got-
can't. That's why we can't rise as a people because every time somebody
I
make it
think-
to the top, they be on some fluky
I
shit.
agree with you, but if you
For
gonna
sure.
look at if like I personally agree when you say like if we gonna rise to people looking for one person, I wasn't looking for her. I wasn't looking for Biden. I wasn't looking for nobody. At the end of the day, I was teaching for 12 years. So what I do in the classroom, that's the change I'm making. I'm not looking
Facts.
for anybody in
But
office.
at the
because I
same
know-
time,
yeah,
I know
preach.
she gonna use them
Yeah, but
letters
listen-
to get where she going. I
But
don't
hear me
care.
out. But hear me out.
You
But
goddamn,
for
what
this-
you mean 12 years? Hold on now. She said she been teaching for 12 years. Hold on.
Like, hey, look.
They should have vetted these
so
motherfuckers.
people stuff like you've been teaching for 12 years, boom. So at the same time, like I respect that and that's all cool, but at the same time, like look at the system it is. That's like
The
if
system is
I show
messed
bro
up.
them how to trap, how to do this, but at the same time we gotta go shop with the Mexican to get the plug. That shit not gonna matter because the Mexican only giving out certain numbers. Like I can teach these niggas anything they can, but by the time you get to the hierarchy, that shit don't matter.
That's exactly why I'm trying to change the system. So
Yeah.
I agree with what you're saying, but like coming to me with maybe she can answer that differently because I'm like I'm there with you.
Yeah.
I'm already doing it. I'm not in the classroom, so I can be making the changes in policy. So I feel you. The
Facts.
system is flawed. I couldn't sit in the classroom every day knowing I'm in a flawed system.
Yeah.
I can't get to know my kids and give them what they need because I'm going. Let me shut up.
Preach.
No, don't shut up now.
Hello.
Where was you
For real,
teaching at?
like-
This is what we on
Where
here
was you,
for.
where was you teaching at?
I was teaching at Milwaukee College Prep for 7 years, and
Okay.
I taught at Brown Deer most recently. But I was in MPS all that.
The MPS is fucking.
schools, like I taught
MPS
for a
is
number of
horrible.
schools.
Fuck MPS. I don't
No,
want to get that
like,
conversation going either.
It's the system. I wouldn't say it's the system because I know
That's why I
it's
say
teachers-
fuck them. I used to
Yeah.
teach too, so I know I can
Yeah,
tell you.
like, it's
Fuck
messed
MPS. It's
up.
horrible.
Like,
They ain't
it's
trying to
really-
get our kids. They really setting our kids up for failure.
Yeah.
And it's so sad because a lot of kids and a lot of their parents are so fucked up in the head. They don't even realize. Of course, the kids ain't gonna realize it, but their parents don't realize that they getting their children set up for failure. And instead of trying to fix this shit, like you said, fix the system and do what needs to be done to make them be accountable for our children, they let them go by the wayside.
Did y'all see that?
Absolutely.
Did y'all see that insecure shit?
No, we don't
You
watch
seen
that.
that shit?
I don't watch that.
They felt some type of way that she had.
How y'all feel about the
album,
representation?
Oh,
about that.
AKA, all that.
Okay, I seen
Do
that.
y'all watch Insecure?
I do.
Oh yeah.
What did y'all feel
What's
about
the girl
that?
name?
Relate to it,
Amanda
Jazz.
Seals.
Come on, Jazz. Come through.
Amanda Seals, and
Yeah, how
I love
do you-
Amanda Seals, and
Yeah.
I feel like she didn't deserve that because I mean it's her job at the end of the day.
Look-
But at the same time, until we were talking about this before, her analogy or whatever.
It's so many sides to that. Like, I'm not a doctor, but I want to be a doctor one day, right?
Okay.
So if somebody worked to become a doctor, I can't sit here and take all their accolades and be like, I'm Dr. Natyra Crawford and all that and represent myself that way because they know they work for it and I
Right.
didn't. But on one end, like I know what these letters mean to me. So it don't bother me that she's in our likeness. It's certain ways you have to go about it to wear the letters. It didn't bother me either way. I love the show. Like I
Right.
wasn't tripping.
Yeah.
But I don't know I know what it takes to wear the letters, and
Okay.
I know that there are certain things you have to do on a corporate
She
level
black?
to even
Right.
do that.
So
She's black.
Yeah,
She's
she's
from
like-
Grenada.
But she was
Y'all
wearing
let her slide
like the
in.
episode starts with her wearing pink and green, and then at like closer to the
It
end,
was
she's
like
wearing
burgundy.
like the actual letters, and I'm
like our
people-
actual shield.
Wait.
she's
right. And
wearing.
so people were
So, is it that is it just a show? Like
Yeah, it's a
Exactly.
character.
she's doing it in real life.
Do
or
what
is
you
this
need to
a
do.
show?
her
It's just a
the
character.
Her
It's a
character,
character for
AKA
So why did
people-
anybody
Literally
care?
a character.
No
Because
idea.
it's
I don't
people.
know.
Take
It's
that
like
shit too
men all the
serious.
time who play Qs on
Right.
shows, alphas on
I
shows.
think
That's
like
the
that.
issue. It's
That's
a
the
show.
problem.
Do what you need to
Some
do,
people
provide for your
mad
family.
because they want to be like, I'm
Yeah.
KKK.
That's the
And then
problem
some
with
people
black
be like,
folks, G.
Yeah, like you can't
Y'all
do
want to tear the
that.
next
Yeah,
black
that
She
motherfucker
didn't
down, G.
represent us in a bad
Even
way.
if she,
It was
even
cute.
if she
It was
did,
tasteful, and she a good character, and she a
Yeah,
good
so-
person.
Yeah.
She don't do stuff just like,
Like
you
J-
know,
like
with
J. Cole
ignorance.
said,
So
I
just
love to see a
strictly
black
just
man
the
get
show.
paid.
Yeah, for they got
Okay,
mad at
That's
people
strictly
playing
the
her
show.
up.
Sororities and
Y'all
fraternities is a bad
tripping.
name, I think. Like that's what gives it the bad name. It's already mysterious. You don't know what goes on anyway.
Right.
So then when stuff like that happens, people
But
just
it-
think, oh, they gangs that say anything or do anything.
But
But
this
then
my
there's people on
this
the
what I don't
outside
like about it.
Mm-hmm.
People on the outside try to like, you know, take control of the conversation. It's like
Right.
y'all
Yeah.
really now that's the real problem because it's like
Right.
y'all got a little too much dip on your chip and y'all
Yeah.
can't do too much.
This what I don't like about that type of shit. Why you knocking somebody that's trying to provide for their family though? She getting paid for that shit. He take care
I
of her
don't
family
know.
with that shit.
I don't think it's necessarily for
she's
that
a character,
part.
literally.
She's just a character.
She's still getting paid for it.
They're not talking about like her like
Oh.
necessary job, but it's just her costume.
Right?
get
It's not
paid
like
for
she
it.
was like, I want, you know,
Man,
like
listen.
she didn't
Because
decide
it's been
she
times
wanted to do
before
that.
where like even her baby was wearing Future, aka like beanies
That's
in
what
the
I'm
last
saying.
thing,
Like, this is not
and
the
that was
first time
fine.
she's
That
popped
was
out
fine.
like that.
So it was, but I think it was for this time because she actually donned our actual shield,
But-
and that was like,
How many times y'all watch the show and a white man said nigger or some goofy shit?
why
And
you
that shit
always
don't
talking
matter.
about the white man?
Cause, like, I'm just asking the question, like, so they don't get mad when they say shit like that. So why we get mad at our people when we do shit?
Facts.
But that's the whole. I mean, that's relative.
At the end of the day, we black before anything. Like before you put on them stripes, before you put on that badge, whatever you wear. At the end
You
of the
are
day,
who you are.
you black. Like you can be gay, you can be whatever. First, as soon as somebody see you, they
You're
see a
black.
black person, whether you identify as a man, woman, whatever, you are black, whatever. That's how it starts. Like, so people gotta understand that shit. Like
That shit petty as bitch that they
I
really got
don't-
on.
Yeah.
this shit,
I
being
don't
black
think
is
that
deeper
Most
than
of the people
anything
in the
that's on this
audience
earth.
are
Like,
black. Most of them.
that's
are
what I'm saying.
black,
I
and
totally
they saying
no, you're right, but
Like,
at the same time, I don't think that's like relative to what I was trying to convey.
Yeah,
I see what you
Yeah,
saying.
I was trying to say like we're
He going too deep into
you was
that
going way.
But you
it
gotta
was-
go
it was
deep.
giving
You
very
do gotta go
protest,
deeper
like-
Because like no matter what I do, I can have on what I got on. And I go put on the suit and tie, whatever I wear. I'm gonna be a black man. with
Facts.
I
That's
think,
like
I think what are you are just.
I
correct
think
me
it
if I'm
went
wrong. I'm
deeper,
trying- I
babe,
think
than
you
what you
understand-
wanted it to
I think
do.
what you're trying to say though is like black people are against each other. When it
Right.
comes
too
to
much.
black
Like
people.
We
Yes.
easy
Right.
to like just
Right.
rile each other up,
Right,
Right.
right,
tear
Yeah.
each other down
right. I
quick
get what you're saying.
but
over little.
but that's like kind of like okay, this is one conversation and then this is another. Like it's like
Yeah.
when some stuff happened in our community and then white people step in and be like,
Yeah.
what about black on black crime?
Right.
Da, da,
It
da,
don't
da. And it's
exist.
like that's not
Right.
what we talking about right,
Right,
now
right.
because anybody can say that
Speaking.
it's white on white crime, Mexican on Mexican crime. Like
Yeah.
Y'all
it's
want
all
to
different.
y'all want to talk
So
about
what
Kyle?
made-
y'all for the same, but we gotta go to the Kenosha shit.
Y'all want to
then.
talk about Kyle?
Since y'all talking
Free
about
that boy.
Let's
Free
get
that
into that
boy.
in just a second. I
Free
just
that
want to
boy.
understand.
Fuck that boy.
Free him
Like
so
what-
somebody can smoke him, man.
free that boy, man.
Let's get back to why did you decide to pledge? I guess both of you. I'm gonna ask both.
Oh
of you,
shit,
of
we got
course.
way off
So,
topic. My
my-
bad.
It's
Hey,
okay.
it
We're
started
gonna.
to become a hotep conversation.
Yeah, we're
and I
gonna-
was like,
Telling y'all,
oh.
y'all
Sounds
gotta
topics of the
bring
trenches.
back
This ain't no
shit.
tradition.
It don't go. It don't
Okay,
stay
come
on
on.
topic now.
My experience was different. So like,
You frustrated?
I'm probably older than everybody in this room because when I
Are
went
you?
to
How old are you?
33.
Man.
Whoa.
Yeah, this a grown-ass woman you talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Tell that
Real
nigga.
grown.
Girl, okay.
Tell his ass.
You look
Listen,
good. Shit.
Yeah, okay, I thought you
was
was 21, girl. Okay. 21 with no kids.
33, 3 kids. 3
Period.
Magic number.
Okay.
But no, when I went to college, I went to Parkside directly out of high school.
Oh, okay.
And there it was only Deltas and Zetas. So if you were black at this predominantly white school, like
Yeah.
you're gonna rock with whoever's on campus.
Right.
Everybody, like if you was black, everybody showed love. But for me, where I was then, I'm like, I want to be a part of something, but I just couldn't see I felt like it would be lame to be a part of or then when I'm like, I may not do this forever.
Okay.
So I always wanted to be a part of Alpha Kappa Alpha, but they kept saying, oh, AKAs would never be on campus. And I didn't know what that meant. So as I, went through my own adult life and went back to Concordia, it was a city chapter. And not only one of my close friends, she's our line sister now, but we worked together. And then a friend from high school, we just knew it was the three of us. We didn't know who else was interested. And when we, looked into it, we became 6. 3 became 6. So,
Okay.
yeah, I
we
really
clicked,
wanted-
like from
from
day
the
one,
first-
we was
from the
huddled
first
up
day.
like
and
That's
that's
good.
what I needed. Like, even as an older woman with kids at that time, I'm like, I don't have the sisterhood that I want for the connections I need
Facts.
to make. Like, I was about to graduate. I'm going into my career. I'm like going into grad school. I'm like, I need to be grounded. And all of the people that were around me, my mentors were AKA. So it just made sense.
So would you force your kids to do it then? You have any
they
daughters?
Want to, they don't have to, but they love it because
they
love
cutest.
it.
Like
they love seeing my line sisters. Like they have a vision of like a positive woman from me.
That's
and
very
it just
good.
so happens to be like I'm in this
That shit
organization
like a
that's
good community
represented.
basically around you.
Yeah.
That's really
Like,
good.
Absolutely. They get
love
to see
them to
me
death.
like Saturdays. Like we go somewhere, do service, brunch, and then
So you still
like,
do it?
That's
we
good.
still do it.
Oh,
Yeah, tell that nigga you in
It's
the
a
field
lifetime
with it.
commitment.
I mean, just like with the game night.
Yeah, it's the same. So
Get it
you
out
see
the
the
way.
street and corporate shit. It's the same.
They see that my daughter know I'm a gangster. Like,
Hey, she shook her G with
Big old gangster.
I know they gangster. She know what's going on.
Big
You
old
about to crack me
gangster.
I wish I could just had a switch.
No, because that's why I keep looking at you because I
Yeah.
want you to know that I hear you. I hear you.
No.
You trying to be
Go ahead.
AKA too?
Not at all. Go ahead. I
You
want
all
to
jump
see.
her in?
Yo,
jump.
jump.
Your ass.
Slap her with the bottles.
Stop. Essence, go ahead and tell us why you decided to pledge.
Well, it's kind of similar. Like, you
She a
know,
thug.
Show.
Omar.
thank you because he just be popping off. But growing up, like I was around a lot of different people who were just so happened to be AKAs, like my mom's friends and like people she grew up with in high school. And they were like really strong women. And I just knew I wanted to be like them. But I had no idea like what it necessarily was until I got to college and stuff like that. And I started doing my own research and things like that. And then it was also the sisterhood and like the like the unity of it all and stuff like that, like always having connections in these different places. And granted, I'm the only girl, so I grew up around all boys, so I wanted that like strong sisterhood, women who was about their stuff, like, you know, strong-minded women and stuff like that. And then I was just so lucky to get aligned with like all dope women, like everybody has different things that we can take from each other. Like,
That's good.
AKA is bad though.
Age and everything. Like
I know they bad for sure.
Okay.
I think that's a stereotype. Not saying
Absolutely.
that's
Right. I agree.
I'm just saying, I think that all sororities have beautiful.
Yeah, true.
Part of them.
oh, absolutely.
Right.
And that's one thing I do hate, like those bad stereotypes and stuff like that, where people just think like, oh, certain people can only be this color and be this, or you got to be this body type to be in this one. And
Yeah,
it's
they
like,
did do that.
Now, I will say, speaking of stereotypes, I don't want to cut you off. I'm sorry. I do that shit a
Go
lot.
ahead.
But now, I did hear about that brown paper bag that AKAs used to do. What do y'all think about that? Like, how did that affect y'all process?
Do you want to
Do they
explain?
even
Yeah, I don't
Can
know
you
what
explain
that
this a
So
little
the
bit?
brown paper bag, do y'all want to explain it or you want me to explain it?
I can explain it. So in the early days when AKA was like first coming of age, there was a brown paper bag rule. So like, and that was honestly like a Jim Crow, Willie Lynch type thing.
right.
Anyway, it was happening in the area. So people were saying they used it in a sorority because at that time it was considered a social club. So like social, fair skin. I mean, now we know like that's not a thing,
Right,
but it's still
Absolutely.
it's still used to be negative. Like we know that was a thing for a lot of organizations back then, but when it comes to Alpha Kappa Alpha, people still want to use it as a negative because it has the pretty girl stereotype. Like it's not even if I didn't look the way I look, like I believe I'm attractive, but at the same time it's
I
an
don't follow
internal
that
it's
stereotype
right
at all.
it's like shut up, yes you do.
No,
You're definitely attractive, but like it's the way that you carry yourself. Like when they asked us and was asking us questions to like see if we were really interested, one of the things they said was like, what makes you want to do this? I said, what's interested? People always think I'm an AKA because of how I carry myself. That says something. Like how you carry yourself. Like, what does that mean? For Black women, that's prestigious, and I need to be a part of
Absolutely.
That's
so I don't know. It's just a kind of an old thing that most people forget about unless they like use it in a negative way. Not saying you were.
No, I was just
But
saying
yeah,
because
like-
you know I didn't know if that still come.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was still like part. Obviously, you know,
Yeah, no,
you're a
it's-
dark skinned woman, but
majority of
You
our
know.
line is dark skinned women.
Yeah.
it's just one of those things. I said I always, you know, heard about it, you know, growing up. That was part of the thing. Like, if you darker than this brown paper bag, you can't be a part of that shit.
What?
That's what it
But
was.
I mean, that's
That's
like
crazy.
a lot of stuff too back in the day. Like,
Mhm.
you know, certain clubs won't let you in. Even black
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 clubs,
clubs will
yeah.
not let you in
Because of
unless
skin tone.
your skin tone. So
So that's why I love
it
what
was
we're
just-
going in life today. black is beautiful. The whole,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Because this caramel skin now, I ain't caramel. I'm like a good mocha.
I was gonna say who's
Not a good
caramel?
mocha.
He caramel. I'm mocha right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
So I'm black of the berry, sweeter than juice.
Wish.
This
With a
nigga.
lot of juice.
This nigga. Cut his mic off, Tone.
With a lot of
Period.
juice.
We
I
done
lost
left
it
the
so
room
bad.
again.
What has
Hey.
been your like experiences with like fraternities? Like, have you had like any like bad
Like,
experiences?
She smiled. She don't want to answer
Yeah.
that.
She a thug
what
too.
you talking about?
She got the purse.
She got
I was gonna say he's
Yeah,
what?
my
He's an
husband's
alpha.
alpha.
Oh, that's the perfect fucking love
Where
story.
did you meet
Okay.
him?
You know what's my husband and I, we went to the same high school. We went to Riverside.
Oh,
He graduated
okay.
2 years before me,
Okay.
and he was on the basketball team. I was a cheerleader. We never talked to each other, like never talked.
In high school?
I knew
Okay.
of him. He never knew of me.
Okay.
And when we had a lot of mutual friends, he wanted to inbox me because he thought my profile pic was fake. I only sent him a friend request to be nosy. Here we are.
That's dope,
nice.
though.
Started with a
That's a
conversation.
love story. And you, aka, he an alpha.
Yeah, that's
You know,
super
that's
cute.
like the
Yeah.
Love
perfect
story.
match
And
right
most
there,
of his
man.
friends are alpha. So and most like we just
Right.
it's always even like people outside of Alpha Kappa Alpha and Alpha Phi Alpha, the Greeks just kind of connect
Y'all
and
got
help
like
each
a
other.
limit, age limit to join?
Mm-mm. Like I saw one lady who crossed and she was dang near like I think like 60 something.
Damn.
And I was
It's like,
31.
yeah.
That shit real, because
So,
when I was down there, back to Clark,
I was
down
31.
there, they was like, man, we got to go down
She's
here.
so cute,
You know, it's shit
though.
crazy. Like, bro, like 55, but we
so
got to go
lucky we
beat
had
his
a
ass because that's
baby.
part of the process. I'm like, damn, bro, he finna let you whoop his ass at 55? He's like, he want to be made, though. You know, they not going to tell you. And I understood why they're not going to tell you. But it's like two, like you either a fucking paper or you made. Like, it's two different types.
What's that?
Y'all not going to answer that. I'm not going to,
We
you're not
don't
going to
know
trick me. But
We gonna get them into that,
you know
fool.
what I'm saying? You got to go ahead and handle your business if you want to be made and be really like official. You know what I'm
You have to
saying?
get beat up.
Jazz.
You got to be
You gotta
official.
catch the violations. It's like game.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got to
Get
go
your ass.
through that shit if you want to be made.
If
But that's
I'm
how they gonna
65,
respect
I
you.
have to get my ass
Get
beat.
If
your
you
ass.
want to be
Beat
made,
that ass up.
I'm not gonna answer that. You're not gonna finesse me. But you gotta be made if you're gonna handle that business. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to be paper, you know what I'm saying? And old school said he wanted to get his ass whooped. You
I
know
ain't
what
gonna lie
I'm saying?
though.
To be made, that's the realest. Because I would prefer to do that.
Absolutely, you got
So
to.
what's
Bro, you
Made.
funny.
What?
You
So
not.
made.
I'm not going through
You
that.
don't spell it like MAID, like the maid.
I'm not
No,
going
no,
through
made,
that.
So, hey.
made.
I'm not gonna do that.
Hey,
I'm gonna say some shit
So-
I'm not supposed to say.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Hey,
Alpha Kappa
I went
Alpha
through
is
the
a
process
nine,
a little
it's
bit.
sorority,
I wanna see what she
so
talking about.
We ain't gonna do
I don't
that.
But hey,
know.
let
we
these-
can't talk about that.
let their ass know when you go to HBCUs. Ain't that a different experience?
It's definitely different.
Yeah, I went to
said,
Clark
my
for a
niggas-
semester.
my
Marshall,
niggas-
that's the day.
Marcus, you know what I'm saying? All my niggas up there in Whitewater, shout out to y'all. Y'all some real niggas. Like,
Yeah,
I
facts.
fuck with Whitewater and like the
Facts.
environment. Like, I felt like it was a real brotherhood being a part of what they had going on up there at that time back in the day when niggas was up there. I got to Clark. I just felt like these niggas were just bums. You know what I'm saying? They thought niggas were supposed to be.
It's like,
I'm sorry, you said
Whitewater-
what?
No, I was gonna say like I agree with you because like knowing a few like alphas from Whitewater and stuff like that, like they type of brotherhood and stuff like that.
It's
That
different.
also made me like look into like see like, hey, what's the what the sororities and stuff talking
Yeah,
about? Because I
even-
saw it was like legit, like it was.
But I don't,
real.
I don't even want to say like I said the alphas up there in Whitewater, the sigmas, the cap, like everybody up there, it was a different vibe. I don't know if it's because we was at a PWI
Right.
or what it was, but it was
Like
like it was a
y'all
real
y'all gotta
brotherhood,
stick
it was a
together.
friendship.
Right, that makes
It
sense.
was different. When you get down to them HBCUs, and I don't know if it was just Clark or Clark Morehouse, obviously, because we all on the same campus, but them niggas was different, bro. Them
Did they
niggas
have
was
like
weird.
larger lines too?
Oh, definitely
Is that-
larger
is it-
lines.
It's really
It was like
hard to
100
close.
deltas
Yeah,
online when they
like,
crossed. Like,
Yeah,
nah.
that's a lot.
Now
That's
with
a
the
lot.
Q's, it wasn't like when my niggas like it started. I'll tell y'all, 'cause it don't fucking matter. It was like 20 of us who tried to do it, and slowly but surely niggas dropped off. And we like, bro, you got shit fucked up. And out of the original 20 that was supposed to do it, I think it was like 6 or 7 niggas who had crossed. And like I said, I wasn't even there when they crossed. Like I came back here with all that shit. But it was like a year and a half later after we had started together. Out of that original 20, it was like 2 niggas. Clark different, especially with
Hell
the Q's.
yeah.
Them niggas is different. Like it's a
It's a
I'm not gonna go
process.
into what they got, but it's a
It's
process
not a
for real
process.
down there.
That's
I also
right
be
there.
careful too. The ING
Listen, them niggas had them niggas. I'm gonna tell y'all right. True story. Them niggas, and I didn't know all my lit. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know all that shit. Like I, was
Yeah,
just, I be
fact.
high as shit.
You
I'm
don't
like,
know
I'm
that
cool.
shit.
Them niggas had them niggas. It was homecoming week. Niggas didn't do what they were supposed to do. Niggas were supposed to clean the chicken. Everybody wanted to go kick it though. I'm like, folks, I'm out of here, bro. We ain't on that. Them niggas didn't clean the chicken. They came back to the house that night. All the old heads. It's homecoming week. All the old heads. Everybody in town. Them niggas had to put the chicken in their pockets. Roll around in the mud. It was raining. It was dog shit out there. All that shit.
You got me fucked up.
Them niggas. I pulled up the next day with one of the older niggas that I was cool with. The young niggas was like, "Hey, B Love, you weren't here last night." I'm like, "You're right, I wasn't. I was at home." They was like, "You gotta roll around in the mud." Start watering the mud up, like get in the mud. I'm like, "Who you talking to?" I'm like, "I'm gonna go ahead and get back in the car. I'm gonna slide because you niggas got me fucked up. I'm cool on this shit. I don't want it that bad. Y'all niggas got me fucked up. I'm gonna go kick it. I'm gonna go fuck with these hoes. I'm gonna go have my fun. Y'all go ahead and roll around in the mud. Y'all do what y'all do. I don't want this shit that bad. Y'all got me fucked up. This ain't how this shit's supposed to be." But like I said, it was only like 2 niggas from that original line that we was trying to do it. Like, I think 2 of them ended up crossing. No, that's it. 2 of them. It was like 6 niggas, 2 of them ended up crossing. And they're my niggas. Like I said, I still talk to one of, you know what I'm saying, to this day. But it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, my shit was
I
different.
commend y'all.
I commend y'all too. I was finna do.
I commend y'all.
Listen, I was gonna do that Kappa shit till they got the whooping their ass. I'm like, I'm cool on this.
I heard
shit.
some stories about them Kappas.
Yeah, they be cutting up too.
What has been your experience?
They said they gotta put an egg in their mouth with some weird shit. Like, is that true?
I'm gonna say this. When I was online, I was 8 months pregnant.
What?
So
That was
And
I'm
she our
different.
ace,
and
so
I'm
she
and
right
I'm,
in the front.
I'm in the front. I'm 8 months pregnant, and I'm 31 years old
Okay.
with 2 kids and 1 on the way.
Oh, so you
Just
crossed
think
that-
You
about
had
that.
twins?
Yeah.
2 kids. No, they're
Oh,
not. They're not.
You crossed at
twins.
31?
Crossed at 31.
Shout out
2
to
years
her.
ago.
That was 2 years ago.
Shout out to
So,
that.
so I'm just saying, like, with
He joined right
that
there.
in mind,
I just
and
might.
like, because again, it's the allure of it and it's the unknown. So with that in mind, and then knowing that Alpha Kappa Alpha, you hear this, is not hazing organization. Like, just think about that.
Okay.
Just think about that. And I'm gonna say there are people who just make decisions for themselves that aren't
Okay.
positive decisions.
The shit he
And
was
that's
talking
the
about.
end. Like people have done it. People will probably continue to do it. The goal is to get people not to.
My
Because
motherfucker
if this
mama.
is a beautiful organization doing service and all these things, why would you want to do that to you?
Exactly.
Like,
Right.
why would you want to do that to you for
But
something you can be a part of?
Jumping off of that, it don't make sense from a psychological perspective because
Right.
it's like you doing all this stuff to somebody who's supposed to be your sister,
Why would I
Right.
wanna
and
do
then
that
right
to
when
you?
y'all
And
cross
that
and
was
y'all
my
do
thing.
y'all
But
stuff,
in your
You
mind,
Then
not
you
gonna
wanna
whoop
be-
my ass and
But
shake
hey,
my
it
head.
is.
Right.
But I'm not
I'm
like,
gonna beat your
what,
ass
what
for
is the
3
point
months
of that?
or
Yeah,
whatever,
So
bro.
to me, like that
Need more
to me,
bread.
that's a part of like that psychological
Goofy
trauma.
as hell,
That's
yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
Like that's
Never
You
dumb.
better get some
And that's
fucking
another
money.
part of like black people tearing other black people down
Exactly.
and doing it
That's
within the
why.
organization.
That's why I was
So
just saying earlier.
it's bad that some people that this is my personal opinion. It's bad that some people make those choices to do it and whatever. But that's not the way it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Niggas goofy.
No, I'm glad they fucking with HBCUs now, because back in the day, they weren't fucking with that shit like that.
What you mean?
But when we used to go to college, was niggas going to HBCUs?
Because they didn't tell y'all the schools.
They didn't.
I feel
I
like
literally-
that's
I
going
literally-
like
attending
I literally
HBCU?
had
Like
no
going to
idea
one.
that
Like, people from Milwaukee
HBCUs
going to
existed.
HBCU.
I went to
Nigga, I
Waldo
did.
City.
I'm
They didn't
saying,
tell
then
us
you different 'cause we
nothing
went.
about HBCUs.
Some people be like, fuck,
Only
I'm
about
just gonna stay in the
UW
city.
schools.
Oh yeah.
It's kind
Period.
of different.
I
And some
really
people
wish I
just
would've
had
went to
the idea that
Grambling State.
HBCUs are not as good as like predominantly white colleges. Like the ones that are bigger, they think, oh well, yeah, you should go to a different school. When it's like for HBCUs, that's the only time you're gonna get that experience.
Now I
Facts.
will say, past like the weird shit with all that, like
shit be
I
poppin'.
loved my HBCU.
The
Clark
environment be
was a
popping.
different environment. I wish I would have went straight out of college, high school, went there. Great experience. I heard great shit about some of the other schools I looked at, and I wish I would instead of Clark went to some of them, but love Clark to death. Like that's still an experience that you can't get from nowhere else.
Because homecoming party pack,
Speaking of
best man of your life.
I ain't fucking with that.
Okay. What
We gotta go
essence?
down.
What has been your
Look at-
experience with fraternities?
Down there. We got
Like,
down
have they
there
been
in college,
good,
like,
bad?
Pretty good. Like I haven't had anybody like I don't know, like be weird. Like I was saying prior to like when we started, like when I was at Clark for that just that one semester, like I was new,
Wait, you
like
went to Clark?
for just one semester.
Why you didn't say that?
She
I
did
did
say
say
that,
that.
but you
She
weren't
definitely
on.
said that.
Alcohol
Yeah.
drinking.
She said that like
Hold
3
on,
times
she
for
did
sure.
say
Wait, where did you stay on campus?
Huh? Yeah, I did.
Where'd
I
you
stayed
where'd you
in
stay at?
was that Brawley?
Bro.
Yeah.
Okay, oh, she know what the fuck going on.
Let her finish
Oh
talking.
shit! Why you ain't seen you walking to that Walmart all
She
the time?
did.
BTJs, all that.
What?
Like,
Oh,
come on
she
now.
know what's going on for
Yeah,
real.
Man.
Oh,
So-
so you know exactly what I'm talking about then. You know them niggas was fucking lame.
Niggas-
Oh my god.
She got the pole in this bitch right now. You can't see.
Oh,
Hey, so
let
y'all
her
in sororities, y'all can't talk about the sororities like that.
What
Like
she
talk
was
down
saying.
on the sororities.
Huh?
Can you?
Hell
they
no.
can't talk on her.
So you
I think
haven't
they
had like a
more mature,
weird
they're not going
experience, like with
Nah,
the-
not really. Like when I was at Clark, all like the like nice guys that I had met like from frats were all like Sigmas and stuff like that.
I feel like
Um,
Sigmas are really nice.
Yeah, they really nice. And then up here,
What type of-
alphas.
What year did
My
you go to
cousins are
Clark
Sigma.
though?
Of course, for you.
28.
I feel like
You
Q's
don't know
for
that.
So
you.
you went
though.
after me because I was saying like when I was there,
The
all the
Q's be
Sigmas
really
was
nice time and
gay.
shit, right?
That's what.
What kind of friend?
Hey,
Would,
no, time out.
what kind of friend would you talk to?
No, you
No worry about that.
Damn, what year did I go to Clark?
That's what happened to him.
Y'all are so young. I feel so
I am.
old.
I'm not young. We a
Girl,
couple years
look at
younger
you.
than
I'm
you.
talking. I'm kidding with you.
I'm trying to think what year did I go to Clark? You said 2018. I
It
went
was
to Whitewater in
2018,
like
the
16.
spring, semester.
We damn near went around the same time. 'Cause
Boy, I don't even
No,
know
I
what
think I
you was
went
doing
before
down
you.
there.
He's just trying to
Brandon
remember
just be
17.
picking up and doing shit. Like
I do be
okay.
just doing shit.
I'm like, you weird.
Y'all know that. I just
From school?
randomly doing shit.
You
No,
like,
I'm
you
trying to figure
what?
out. Like I know I've seen her before
I
somewhere.
moved to
Like,
New York
that's
today,
neither
like,
here nor there.
No, seriously.
She graduated from up here. I just
I
went to Clark
graduated
for like
from
a
Mount
year.
Mary, fall 2019.
Then I was like, this shit ain't for me. It's
Shout out
too
to my
expensive.
marriage who's having all the type of
Period.
women in
It's
there.
all the bad
Y'all see
girl.
Mount Mary got
the
that
fly
new
girl.
Oh, you was
apartment
gonna say
shit.
bad what?
They got the new apartments up there in Mount Mary too.
My
They put
niggas
that shit up in like 2
come
months.
through.
Yeah, they.
What did you study at Mount Mary?
I
Oh,
studied
this is
fashion
nice.
merchandising
I
and
did
business
too.
administration.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was good.
What you study?
This
Did you
ain't-
graduate?
No, that wasn't.
Hell
That shit
no.
was not for me.
Hell no.
I
to the no.
graduated.
Don't play with me like I'm not. No,
Don't play with me like I ain't go to school
no
first.
knowledgeable
I
girl.
Don't play with me
Now,
like I ain't go to
don't
school.
play with me like no.
I
Don't
didn't
play with
I
me
was
like I ain't go to
asking.
school.
I can't
Not
ask.
too
Not
much.
knowledgeable.
Like I ain't go to school. Not too much.
Damn, that's crazy. You
I
went to
graduated,
Clark
though.
too. That's
To
crazy.
the street.
Yeah.
You know what's up? What's the saying at Clark?
If find a way or
Or
make,
make
one,
one.
something like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look, that's crazy. That nigga do every party, but ain't go to one.
Hey, I ain't go to no classes, but I was kicking it like a motherfucker.
Oh, so you was one of them who was on a promenade all the time.
Definitely was on the promenade, kicking it like a motherfucker. Hey, then me and my little nigga Juice used to go over to Spellman, used to kick it over.
Okay, let's turn the wheel again. Let's
Hey, so you never answered my question. What fraternity
Actually-
would you talk to?
ask me off the air. How
Why?
about
This
that?
topics of the
Ask me off
motherfucking
the air.
trenches, man. What you talking
No, we're
about?
not
She
in the
wanted
trenches
cute.
today, though.
We is in the
What you
trenches.
do?
Look at me.
No, we're not. Okay,
But hey,
trenches,
shout out
look
to my
at me.
nigga DMX. He's barking before them niggas.
Hey, hey.
When my dog's at, that's a gang right there.
okay. Let me ask.
Welcome to the trenches, man. Cat.
Go ahead, Jazz. I'm listening.
I just need a moment
Jazz
of
need
silence.
You can't be quiet.
You know damn well you
Hold on,
ain't
a
gonna
vote
moment
of
of silence.
silence.
Who
Girl, you
died?
better
What you need
speak
moment
up-
of silence for?
Speak up, forever hold your peace, Jazz. You
Do
know
you
what's
feel
going on.
Like when you have kids and you have kids, like for y'all, are y'all gonna like push?
I ain't gonna
college.
make them.
I'm gonna say push college, not even to pledge. Are you gonna push college?
No, no. Even though college is a great thing, great tool, but some kids know exactly what they want to do out of high school.
Absolutely.
It's
Shout
like I
out to
have a
the
boy,
streets.
and they want to like, hey, I want to become, a handyman, electrician, and something like that.
You gotta always go to school.
Go about your
Right?
business. You want
We
to work on
actually-
cars and
we-
stuff like that.
Oh, hell no.
Let
Don't show you gotta go to
We
I'm
need to push
teaching-
that more though. Like
I'm
really
teaching
push
financial
trades.
freedom.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay,
We need to
yeah.
push trades way
Hold
more
on,
than
let
college.
her speak.
Yeah, let her
But
say
that's forever. If you got a trade, that's
Like,
forever.
seriously.
I don't know. 'Cause I was just saying, 'cause that's real. Like I was just having this conversation earlier. Like people push college and it's
Yeah.
for
Too
no
much.
fucking reason. Like I went to
Like,
college not knowing
do
what the fuck I
college.
was there
Why?
for. Like kind of wanted to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
unless you're trying to be a lawyer, a doctor, nurse.
That
I think it's one more
requires
profession
school.
that you really need school for.
Yeah.
You don't need to go to school.
But then
Honestly,
too,
like even school
let me-
doesn't prepare you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
For
Oh, I'm
real
sorry.
fucking life.
But
Like,
then, like for my major, right? I went to school for fashion merchandising. It's the business part
Right,
of
absolutely.
fashion, whatever. You can learn that. I learned
yeah.
more on the job and in my
Exactly.
internships and stuff like that.
Exactly.
But it's also school. Mount Mary helped me figure out what I wanted to do, and
That's
then I
good.
met
That's
a lot
very
of
true.
dope people
Yeah.
and made a lot of connections and stuff like that. So it helped me figure it out and like confirm like this is exactly what I want to do. I'm in school for the right thing.
And see,
Right.
when I say that, I
That's
don't
good.
mean like saying like I'm gonna deter my kids from school.
Right.
But what I mean
them
is like
Right.
I want you to be very
Right.
sure
You
that
know
this is
what?
what you want to do.
Be sure that's what you want to
Before you
do.
waste my fucking
Understand, like if you
Hello?
have the money, if you can afford
Hey, that's why I
to
came
go
back.
The
That's why I came back,
go
gang.
have the fun, get the degree, but don't be like your dad. Don't go to
That's
school.
why I came back. I said
Fuck
I ain't
off.
finna keep wasting my OG money. Let me take my dumb ass.
No,
home.
period.
And that's the thing, because it's like you go to school, and like I said, school is a great networking
Let
tool.
me take my dumb ass home.
Let me do the music shit. Let me see what I like.
School is a great
I tried
networking
it,
tool.
fool.
You'll learn shit. You'll meet motherfuckers who can help you
Facts.
along the way. Like it's a great networking tool. Friendships that'll last for a lifetime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fact.
But
They say
if you
when
going to school for the
I ain't
wrong
even
reasons,
think about
that's
going to
it.
You
college.
should have went to school for networking because I swear to
You went
God.
to college too, right?
We all went to college.
It did what? It did what with that?
And some people just like you in high school. I had a few friends that was like, "You going to college? Nah."
But see,
Okay, and that was like
It's so
that's
looked
you.
down upon.
But
Yeah.
see,
My
listen,
grandma
though,
was on
like,
my
you didn't go to
ass.
college,
Like,
that
when
wasn't like
it took me
that
14
was-
years to get the degree that I got, and I made more money when I didn't have
The
to.
only degree I got is on my
I made
armpit.
more money than everybody that graduated before me, and I wanted to get it because I'm like, damn, I started. I need to finish it.
Right.
And then
Ain't
once I
wrong.
did, like I owed it to myself, and then I realized you can unlock your mind and do more with this
Period.
degree.
Absolutely.
Like
I just
I'm
want you
not
to know I'm
looking.
proud of you.
But see,
Yeah.
college
Shout out to
pushed
OnlyFans.
on.
That's probably the nicest
Like,
thing
I
that
didn't,
you said.
I didn't really know. Like I had
Shout
fun
out
in
to
college,
OnlyFans.
What is
but it
wrong
was
with
a
you?
point. It
Let's
wasn't
just
a
sponsor
point
this
to
one
be
moment.
there though. You know what I'm saying? Like my mother
Are you
told me
okay?
like go to college,
What's
do this.
wrong?
I'm like, I didn't finish. It's like I don't want to fucking be here. I ain't like high
Right.
school.
Exactly.
Like,
But
I was
it-
good
you
at
were
college.
At least try.
But
You
it's
tried
like-
though.
And again,
No,
it's
try.
the
fuck
system.
that.
The
Try.
system
That shit
does
is
not
expensive.
cultivate you.
That's why you stopped the first
pressured.
year.
I was pressured. My mother
Exactly.
told me like,
That's
take
where it
your
starts
ass to
and
school.
stops.
Go do
Exactly.
it. If I would have had a different like,
See, my dad fucked me up. He said get a job.
And he not
But see, that's
wrong.
cool.
He is wrong. I ain't buy this by working no fucking job.
All right.
He was wrong. He was there.
But what though? All
You was
these
there,
conversations
Rosie.
go back to there's a problem with the system. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
if it was okay for you to do whatever you do to make your money and it wasn't considered whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just imagine if you could do whatever you wanted to do in this world without there being an issue, how much money there could be.
Shout out to OnlyFans.
How much money could but no, you gotta open your mind bigger than that. Because I'm saying some real shit. You said something ignorant.
That's why you. I want
Like
to crack you with
OnlyFans
this
ain't
bottle.
calling
That's
him out.
no,
They
for
were
real. Like
calling
you
him out.
better than that. I want you to see OnlyFans is a hustle,
Listen,
right?
It's a hustle.
Like, did you
Hey,
even try
but
Spectrum?
speaking of
somebody-
that,
Somebody has a negative connotation to that because people think you gotta go get a degree.
Did you just hear this black
Hold on,
woman
hold
say
on.
you are
Now-
better than that?
now I want to go
Hey,
into
if
that.
it's
What y'all
views-
think about OnlyFans bitches? Because like, clearly
They
y'all
wrong.
don't got
That's
nothing.
none of my
Obviously.
business.
They not wrong.
I stay out of grown folks' business.
I feel like
do it need to pay
I'm
the
proud
bills.
of.
I'm
People
proud
do
of
what
them
they
to a
wanna do
certain
and
extent.
Just don't waste the money.
I just feel like the bitches wasting the money. They
Okay.
think it's gonna come forever.
Well,
no, let's talk to.
but
What you got a question about, Corey? Celie, pull up the chair, man. Come on,
Where we
now.
at? Okay.
Come on, pull up the
I'm
chair.
gonna let y'all walk off for 10 minutes. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm on the chair and shit. First, this topic of the trenches.
I just
Come
want
on now.
give me just 1 second to say this.
No,
No,
Jazz.
just 1 second.
Jasmine.
I'm gonna let y'all.
Jasmine, no.
Let me start the timer. I'm gonna let y'all fuck off for 5 minutes.
Jasmine.
You haven't. I'm about to let y'all fuck off for 5 minutes.
Five.
Come on.
Like, we gonna
Now,
stop. Come on. 'Cause y'all been doing real good in our investment.
Hold on, let me ask you this. We are better than adolescents. We ain't for listening to your ass.
No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna cut all this shit.
No, damn it. This ain't how that works.
What's college work? When you graduate, you got kids that go in 17, 18, they get out at 22, they got all this debt over their head, and they start getting a job and they can't pay it back. Or people that get master's, doctorates, like my mom, that got over 70K in loan, and they can't. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna say this from his question before because we all went to college.
I feel like I'm in college, I graduate next month.
Period.
Where my dogs at?
Here's my thing. I appreciate it. I only finished with my kids. I only finished to show my kids they can do it. My mindset of college changed. It feel like a bank with classrooms in it. That's all it feel like to me.
So why you want your shorties to do it then?
Yeah, because I was gonna say
I said I'm showing them that they can do it. I'm not gonna make them do it.
I have no intentions of showing my kids that. I plan on getting my kids set up so when they turn 18, they got already a business or whatever.
That's good.
I'm going into what I'm going into, and I plan on passing that shit straight to my kids. Here, take this. Yeah, I mixed it. It's off. We off the rocker tonight. We on bullshit. So
Let's get
what we
activated.
doing?
Let's get activated.
Give
All right,
me-
let her pop it. Let her pop it.
For me, it was worth it because it was a this to get that type of thing. So when I looked at my path, I'm like, dang, I've been doing this for this long, and I'm an EA teaching like a teacher. but
What
I'm
is
not
your EA?
making
Can you
that.
break that down?
An
for
EA
me?
is an educational assistant. So
Oh,
I was
okay.
an educational assistant before I was a teacher, and so I was that for a number of years before. I know it's
I didn't know what that was.
Because
I
I told you was better than
No,
that.
'cause
No,
he
I
was
just said no.
like you.
I didn't know what you were talking about.
Okay,
You be talking about
You
EA
gotta
Sports
look.
Center? What the
Okay.
fuck? You
It's
gotta,
okay.
you gotta break the EA shit down.
Okay,
EA
my
Sports
apologies.
Center.
I should have been more clear, but I was doing the job without getting paid for it. So I'm like, damn, now I started it, now I gotta do it. So that made me more mad, and that gave me the fuel to finish. But then once I finished, I'm looking like I'm doing this job and the system is flawed. But now, in order to get the credentials to be the person to talk about how the system is flawed, now I gotta go back to school for that. So it's almost like a finesse. So instead of going
Tit
back
for
to
tat,
school,
basically.
I would rather use my talents and my gifts with my own income to serve my people, to serve the people that need
What
to work.
system do you think is not flawed?
All systems are flawed.
Yeah,
All-
so
I never-
even if
all
you
of them are
work on
flawed.
it to,
Right.
to make it perfect, there's no perfect world.
It is no perfect world, but
I'm drunk
my
too.
life is my service. So I personally
She
don't want
drunk.
to leave this earth without doing something or feeling like I did something.
That's my question.
Like matter.
My
Yeah.
question for you. You see, you got shorties, right? So, like, what you feel like you doing for your shorties for the future, like for when you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we own businesses too. So they have a business model. They're a part of Scene One, Restaurant and Lounge. They're a part of Fluorescent.
And shorties
Futures
is.
Too. Yeah, like they are a part of things already. They have an option whether or not they go to school. The house we live in is passed down in our family. So like
Free.
the motto is we can do both. And my family is a number of everybody. So you can
Yeah.
do many things. They're not limited. You just got to be smart about how you do it. Work smarter, not harder.
I think it comes down to the hustle, though. It don't even matter if you go to school.
Let
Right.
Essence speak on what Corey. Corey, what you say?
I don't
Was college worth it?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Damn.
Was college worth it to you?
Hell no.
Hell no, she blinking shit.
No, because it was, and then it wasn't. I
Do
would
you
say
feel like what you went to me from seeing girls, because I see girls that graduated with the same major, and I feel like me personally, like you working at Home Depot and you graduated with a
No.
major
because I feel like
in fashion
girls.
merchandise.
I feel like
That shit
girls.
real. A lot
Like,
of
for
motherfuckers
real.
graduated.
Okay, let me say no because I totally agree. Right, you at Menards,
But baby,
Well-
you graduated with a. I'm trying to
Shout out
understand.
to
and you was
OnlyFans.
breaking your back.
Oh
But
my,
thing
shut
is-
up.
No, I'm gonna let you finish, but I just got a point that I want to say too.
Make sure she finishes. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna let her finish.
You all know. Go
I'm
ahead.
saying- Oh, y'all want me to go in? Oh,
Oh,
so what I was gonna say is, so because of our age, where we at with it, we're kind of at the age where a lot of us kind of went to school, right? For the most part. That's when they stop making bachelor degrees mean any fucking thing.
Mm.
That's when you need to go
I
get
agree,
a
you're right.
master's,
Right.
go get your
Mhm.
PhD and all that. Because so
Hold on,
many
hold
of
on,
us
hold on.
went
My bad,
and
my
got
bad. I ain't go
those
to college. I ain't go to
educations.
college.
Listen up.
Who made it that way?
The white folks,
All
which
right.
it goes back to,
Mainly
they made it
I ain't
that
know.
our bachelor degrees that we went and got meant
Mhm.
absolutely fucking nothing. So that's why you see people with those degrees
right.
go to Home Depots and go to
Facts.
Menards and work
No.
because they made it not be shit that we have a bachelor degree. So
No.
before our generation, like a couple years before us, it still meant something. Once we got there and really started getting in, and they see more
They hired the
black,
standard.
Hey,
getting
they-
those
they hired the
education,
standards.
pushed
they
the-
hired it up.
They pushed the finish line further.
They
basically.
made it further
Yeah.
for us. Okay,
I
you
see what y'all
niggas,
saying.
you niggas is going to get it now. Let's push it back. Now you gotta have a master's to go get some real money for that degree. So, nah, it don't mean shit because a lot of people, like you said, people, you still, even though you went and got your degree, you still need those businesses. You still gotta be
No,
entrepreneur
but I
regardless
think,
to really be
hold
what
on,
you
hold
want.
on, because that's also true. But at the same time, with Mount Mary, especially with our major, it's really a game. It's
Yeah.
the finesse. You need to.
Absolutely.
A lot of the, I'm sorry, a lot of white girls in our major,
Yeah,
they
we
didn't
like
know
those.
how to. Basically, they didn't know how to play the game. Where
Right.
it was like you have to, be cool with your advisor, be cool with your teachers, but also you need to be doing the work outside of this
Yes,
classroom.
absolutely.
They will wait until the last year, they last semester to try to go get, retail jobs, try to build like connections and stuff like that with local businesses and stuff like that. It don't work like that. Like
How about
I started
everybody-
straight from freshman year because I knew this is what I wanted to do. And I think a lot of people don't realize that college is not just going to class and
Yeah.
pass. Like
It's networking.
forget a test.
Are you?
Okay, I'm
Are you doing
sorry.
anything?
Yes.
That's what
I'm
I
gonna
was-
make sure
Are you
I
doing
go to
anything in your
work
major?
and-
yeah,
and
that's what I was gonna
learn.
say. Do you have a job in your major?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
That's
can you,
really
can you
good.
elaborate on that a little
What you
bit?
do?
Because we
Yeah,
didn't
I
ask
work-
about. I'm sorry.
Did
No,
you
I
ever
work-
work at Kohl's?
I work at Kohl's right now. I work in product development for
Okay.
women's activewear.
That's
Dope.
So
No, congrats to that.
Yeah.
Get the
Period.
clapper hand.
a working girl.
I be styling my lines.
I need a style dudes too.
I don't know nobody
I
that
haven't yet, and I
style.
want
I'll be
to
the first
so
one.
bad. Like I want to see because
Okay.
I'm interested to like work with
You ever
different
styled a big
like
nigga?
texture.
I need to style
There
for
you
real.
go.
Fuck with dogs.
And then-
What's that fuck what he talking about? This is serious.
Look,
Nigga serious right now.
I just take dog this right now. I need to style this for real. Look what I wrote.
But no, like I on some real shit. Like
No, but and then like it's
Okay.
like doing it like right now, right? Like I shouldn't say this, but I don't charge people because it's
No, we
like
don't pay you. Everybody gonna get paid.
I do a lot
Fact,
for
ain't no
them,
free shit.
and then like my sisters, my
But
friends,
she-
my
she
family
know,
for
like,
to learn,
Build your
to, like,
portfolio and stuff.
build
too.
my portfolio, working with
Experience.
different body
Experience and
types and
shit.
stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And
So
That's
that's
like,
really
helped
good.
me because when we met, I was 8 months pregnant, so they
Yeah.
didn't even know what I looked like outside.
Outside
of
the
me.
she was so
club.
cute.
And I
She was so cute. I'm
And
sorry.
once I had my son, I was still like significantly bigger than
Okay.
I ever was. So like with the last 6 months, I lost like 50 pounds. And
Girl, I'm
she
like
helped me to-
I'm like, are you feel like you're bigger now? I'm like, girl,
No,
you look
I lost
you're
50
small.
50 pounds. I'm smaller than I was before.
Damn, that's
So
really
at my age, I'm like, I
good.
don't really know how
It's
to
weird seeing her
dress.
because
Like, I
I'm
know
so
how to
used to
dress.
seeing her pregnant.
I mean, yeah.
That's
All
good.
my food and
I don't know
stuff.
nobody that's out of Mount Mary that styles or that does.
Yeah, I need.
I know
my
Karen,
I
time.
just
that's
like
it.
it's just
Show.
shopping for other people. I love
Yeah,
shopping.
I feel like that's
love
what-
dressing people.
You
It's
should.
Because
like,
everybody
I
can't dress.
dress
That
up.
is true.
Period.
We need to turn
Yeah.
That's really good.
And I like people to step out their box. I mean,
Absolutely.
like I
Okay,
was
go
talking
crazy.
to you about this local fashion. Just step out the box,
Yeah.
you know.
Because motherfuckers dress the
I'm
same
gonna get
here.
your
Dress
Instagram.
the exact same.
Especially our men. Girls too.
Yo,
Yeah,
what
girls
Girls
man
do.
dress
The
you like?
girlies do too. The girlies do too. They be scared to step outside the box.
I ain't step
Yeah.
outside.
Oh, I know.
What man dress you like? Don't say that.
No, not like
That's
dress
an
like
Don't have me like-
That's an
I'm not
insult.
talking about
I know
y'all.
that you bestie, but I'm just saying, like,
Y'all some dressers.
I be out
Yeah, shit
west.
like
I ain't
these
trying to
niggas.
be like. Shorty's playing for
Y'all be dressing.
Westbrook. I ain't trying to be like Westbrook.
nah, that'd be a little too high fashion for me. That's too high.
That passion, I ain't gonna lie. Like, my mama said, if you're gonna be a big nigga, come with it. And I always took that shit
Yeah.
and ran with it. That's why I wear these bright ass colors. They gonna remember me when
Yeah,
I
you be
leave.
bright, orange, yellow, purple, and shit.
Hey.
You be bright. You're memorable. So you did that.
But shout out to my Mary for having them bad joints in there. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, where the hand clap at?
Cause I be feeling like the man when I walk through.
You had no business being in
Yes,
there.
I did. I had every business be up there. It was all women. Why wouldn't I?
You're funny.
Interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
What was
All right, so on that note, we checking out topics of the trenches, man.
Oh, go ahead.
we checking out? I thought we was
February
No, we're-
1st, we
What
checking out.
conversation here?
See, no, we ain't want to talk about the president.
We're done. Go ahead.
You heard me in the
You gonna
show.
edit this anyways, ass.
Where the music?
Flowers out of trenches. Fucking niggas, bitches. Getting out of riches.
Topics of the trenches, kicking dogs and jumping fences. Topics of the trenches, kicking dogs and jumping fences. Topics of the trenches, kicking dogs and jumping fences. Counting dogs, pushing hoes, and fucking niggas bitches. Topics of the trenches, kicking dogs and jumping fences. Topics of the trenches, kicking dogs and jumping fences. Topics of the trenches, kicking dogs and jumping fences. Counting dogs, pushing hoes, and fucking niggas bitches. Boy, I come up from the north side, we grew up here.